Hello, Year 5, and welcome to your English lesson for Wednesday. By now, you probably would have worked out the sort of rhythm of them today. So you're going to be carrying on with your free write wherever you're up to. If you decided to write the whole story yesterday, then feel free to either edit or write a second story today. Wherever you're up to, have a go with that. Remember that those stories, we'd like them to be finished tomorrow because Friday's lesson is going to be about the storytelling side of it, where you are going to have a go at verbally saying it instead of just writing it down. There is a bit of a challenge for you today. It's down as a starter, but your challenge is to choose 3 of this week's focus words in Spag and use them in a sentence. So those D words from the Year 5 and 6 list, can you have a go at getting them into your problem section today? And if you can't, then just have a go at jotting down a sentence using 1, 2, or 3 of them when you are done. So have a look at yesterday's work as well. Just have a look through and see, are there any obvious bits and pieces that you can improve? These moments are really useful to have a look and check for mistakes. And then when you're completely finished is the time to check to see for any improvements that can be made. So today's story is one of Mr. Arnold's favourite stories, and it's called Tyrannosaural Hygiene. An exciting spelling of hygiene there. And it goes a little bit like this. Tyrone King to see Dr. Rose Gummeridge, please, called the receptionist over the dentist's intercom. No response. Tyrone King, she repeated. Rita, the receptionist, peered around the corner to find a 12-foot Tyrannosaurus Rex trying to get into the dentist's office. In shock, Rita could do nothing but stare. Using his tiny hands, Tyrone the T-Rex attempted 6 times to open the dentist's door, but when he finally managed it, realised he couldn't fit through the doorway anyway. Hearing the commotion, Dr. Gummeridge looked up. Trepidation immediately filled her, but before she could scream, she realised she wasn't the only one trembling in fear. The dinosaur was shaking, and it was obvious that he was terrified of the dentist. My tooth hurts, said Tyrone in a small voice. Small for a dinosaur, that is. Dr. Gummeridge decided to do her examination in the car park to give them some more room. Open wide, said the dentist, and as Tyrone opened his massive jaw, she almost fainted. His breath smelt of mouldy cheese and old socks, but 10 times worse. She'd never come across a smell like it before, and even from a distance could see almost all of his banana-sized teeth were black. What an awful-looking set of teeth! I've never seen anything like this before. When was the last time you saw the dentist, Mr. King? Asked Dr. Gummeridge, looking doubtful. About 65 million years ago, mumbled Tyrone, a bit ashamed. The dentist shook her head sadly. She tried to take a closer look, but Tyrone was too tall and she couldn't reach high enough, and her instruments were too small for his massive jaw. Thinking for a moment, she said, Come back in a week, and I'll be sure your teeth will be as clean as they'll ever be. Tyrone arrived a week later to find Dr. Gummeridge had assembled a whole crew, 4 gardeners, 3 builders, 2 plasterers, and the fire brigade from the local village. Armed with a face mask each, she set them to work on her clever plan. The gardeners used their hoes to scrape out all the rotting meat from between Tyrone's teeth. The builders used a cement mixer to mix the fillings for all the nasty cavities. The plasterers filled the holes and smoothed the mixture down. The gardeners used sweeping brushes to brush his teeth, and the fire brigade rinsed his mouth with their powerful hoses. 4 hours later, his teeth were as clean as freshly washed clothes. Tyrone was delighted. He thanked the dentist, but she declined the thanks and said he owed it just as much as everyone said he owed it just as much to everyone who helped cleaning his teeth, which he happily did. As Tyrone set off to show off his new and improved teeth to all his dino friends, Dr. Gummeridge called after him. Maybe just don't leave it so long next time. The dinosaur winked, flashed her a sparkling smile, and carried on into the distance. So there's a nice silly story there for you. So have a think about these questions again. The same ones that we have thought about with the other stories. And then your job today is to have a go at carrying on with your own short stories. And then on Friday, we're going to have a go at listening to you guys share that storytelling skill that you might be looking for. So hopefully you have fun with it, guys. Enjoy, and I look forward to reading them.